Oh, it's so dark. Seriously, I'm losing my temper. Okay, hi. I'm going to film a question and answer. It's so warm in here. I was going to do a mukbang and eat, but like I'm really not hungry, and also I've been eating so bad recently. Yeah, like takeout and stuff just doesn't even appeal to me. So I think I'm just going to go to get a Starbucks. I don't know whether to get a Starbucks or one from Bob and Bert's, because that one I got in my last vlog was so nice. But I would love a Starbucks cookie. That's the only thing. I'll just go to Starbucks. Also, it's so annoying because there is no like drive-through Starbucks near me. Like the next one, I think the closest one is Antrim. I'm so bored I would drive to Antrim to go to that there drive-through Starbucks, but at the same time, what's the point? Okay, I just got my drink. I asked them to put it in my cup, and then I actually got food. I'm just gonna stay in this car park. There's no one really around me, and if anyone sees me, they'll probably just think I'm talking to myself. So I got like a ham and cheese baguette thing. I literally just grabbed it really quickly. And then I got a cookie. So I'm gonna eat this here and then answer questions. Elle has followed me all the way up here. Where are my keys? What do you want?
Fancy seeing you here.
You're not getting a sip of that.
Give me a sip.
So were you just going to sit beside me while I film this? Yeah.
No, why not? I was going to get in.
You're not fucking coming in here. God forbid you don't get in one of my YouTube
I was
videos.
sit in the back of the seat and just mind my own business.
Oh my god, have you ever met anyone more annoying in your life? Let's get started. Oh, before I start, there was a few questions what I order in Starbucks, and that there is I always get a large caramel iced latte with blonde beans. I recently started getting blonde beans. I just think they're nicer. I don't really know what the difference is. I always like to start off with some easy ones. Like I don't like to dive straight into all the good stuff. So let's start with, what's your go-to drink? I'm guessing this is on a night out, and my go-to drink is gin and tonic. I only ever drink gin. I never drink vodka or anything. So it's gin and tonic. Sometimes if I want to blow the head off myself and just get absolutely panelled, it will be gin and West Coast Killer. What A levels did you study? I studied sports science, health and social care, and digital technology, and then I did physics, but I did drop physics. And I also got a few other questions that asked me what I study in uni, and I studied mechanical engineering, so I am second year. A lot of people think I'm final year because I actually did a foundation year, so this is my third year at uni, but I'm only second year, and I had to do foundation year because I just did not have my head screwed on in school. I chose them A levels because I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do in life. If I knew I wanted to do engineering, then I would have did A level maths, but I didn't do A level maths, so no unis would let me into their course. If you could go back to school now, what would you do differently? Oh my goodness. If I could go back to school, the one thing that I would do is absolutely cut out all the stupid arguments I had with my friends. I'm talking about important stuff. On you go. Yes, I would just cut out all stupid arguments I had with my friends. So me and my friend group in school had a big group. Obviously from that group, now, no one that I wouldn't speak to or anything if I seen them, but obviously you drift and you don't stay in touch with some people. So some people I'm not like in touch with, and some people I am. That group was obviously just a big group, and there were so many stupid fallouts. Like I just think like school, you're in terrible bitchy phases. Even myself, like I can admit myself, and I would just 100% cut out the fights, because whenever you look back and stuff, like it's not what you want to remember about school, and that is why I hated school so much. Like even now, like we'll literally just sit and like we'll talk about it, and we'll be like, oh, why were we like that? Like why were we having those fallouts? Like the people in school who I wasn't that close to and would have like the biggest fallouts with are the people now that I am the closest to, you know, like everyone just sort of grows up and stuff. And yeah. Okay, so I've got so many questions about like what I want to do after uni, like where I want to live, if I prefer like Newcastle or being home and stuff. I'm just going to combine them all into one. So I said in another video about how I was supposed to be doing placement next year and then I would go into final year the year after, but I have decided that I'm not going to do a placement. Like I spoke about it to my mum and dad, and I know placements are the better option, but I just decided I'm not going to do it. I really don't think it's going to make me happy. I just want to go into final year and sort of get it done. So I am going straight into final year, so I'll be in Newcastle next year, and then obviously this time next year I'll be graduating. A lot of the questions were like, what do you want to do? Do you want to move home and stuff? Like I don't think that I want to move home after uni. I just think now at this age, and I actually have thought about this a lot, I don't know why I've thought about it whenever I still have another year to make up my mind, but I just think at this age now I like living in like a big city, and I like living on my own and having that independence. Another question was, would I prefer being home or being at Newcastle? I honestly couldn't pick. Like I get so excited to come home. I am such a home bird, and I get so excited to come home. also get a lot of questions like, where do you see yourself living in like 5 years time and stuff. I like never really think about my future until it comes down to like where I'm gonna live. So, like, if I had to say now, I would be like, yeah, I would like to settle down here, like in Ireland. I just love it. Like, I want my children to be like close to my mum and dad and like have their grandparents and stuff, and like whenever I say move back, I just mean settling down, getting married and having babies and all that there. But that's not happening for a very, very long time away, and that could change. You know, I may not want to settle down here, but there is many years before that will happen, and in between those years I don't think I will be like living in Ireland. Like, I definitely want to like go traveling and stuff after uni. I want to live in like a different country and all. I don't think I'll like properly move home again until I'm like older, but like no matter where I live, I'm always gonna come home all the time. Like I said, I love coming home and stuff. I don't know, I just like love living in a big city, and like I said, like right now at this age, I think that's what I want. Like, I don't want, like, I just want to be like making the most of it and stuff before I have like proper responsibilities and jobs and all that there. What age did you lose your V card? I lost my V card at 17. I think 17 is a pretty decent age. I wasn't too young, so I was lower sixth. But like, there's people out there like having sex at the first time for like 14, 15, and I'm just a bit like, I could literally never have did that there, never. So yeah, I think 17 was a good age. I think also whenever people like do that, they're very young, they have like horrible experiences as well, and they hate it and stuff, whereas I didn't. Am I oversharing? I didn't have a terrible experience, so. Have you always worked in Tesco? I worked in Tesco since I was lower sixth, so I've been there for 4 years now. Has there been any downfall to becoming an influencer? Oh, I hate the word influencer. I'm sorry. I just don't like the word, and I don't think I'll ever call myself it. But maybe to starting YouTube and like getting more into Instagram and stuff, like, I'd say the downfall is just like peer pressure. Like, I just feel like there's just a million people out there that are better than you, and it's just a shit feeling. Anytime you do something, you're like, oh, there's literally like 1,000 people doing this but better, you know? So yeah, I would say that's the worst thing, the sort of pressure part. I said, do you ever question your sexuality? No. I very much know that I like boys. Some people like go their whole life thinking, oh, I like boys, and then they change their mind. And like, there's nothing wrong with that there. But like, I don't think I've ever actually really questioned my sexuality. Like, some people will openly be like, oh yeah, I went through a phase where like, you know, and whenever people talk about it, they're like so open about it as well, and I think it's so interesting whenever people like talk about that. Unless Julipa tries to go with me, then I might change my mind. Speaking of boys, there's so many questions and I'm gonna answer them. Basically, in my last video, my Nando's mukbang, I got so many questions on boys and I completely avoided them. The reason that I didn't answer any questions about boys was because at that time I was actually seeing someone, and I didn't want to come on and say I'm seeing someone, because if you're a nosy bitch like me, I would be like, oh my god, like, who is it? And I'd be making such a big deal about it, you know. I'm not seeing that person anymore, which is why I will talk about it now. Now, whenever I say seeing someone, this still was very casual. Like, we weren't like exclusive or anything. It's just probably the most serious I've had. I started seeing him like over Christmas, and then I was like seeing him all the time whenever I was home and stuff, and then I went back to Newcastle and he lives in London. That is actually why I was in London. Another question I got was, why are you in London? Like, what are you doing in London? And I just avoided that question again, but that is actually why I was in London. I was visiting him. Like, I went back to uni and stuff, and he said like it was quite casual, and I'm just not really interested in doing like long distance again. Like, it is so doable and there's nothing wrong with it, but I just don't want to do it again. Like, I'm just too like high maintenance for it, and also like I just do not want a boyfriend. Like, the thing is, whenever I talk to boys, it's only gonna go one way, because I just don't want a boyfriend, and I'm not open to the thought of it. I'm not open-minded at all. Like, it's just not gonna happen. There obviously is other reasons as to why things like didn't work out. Like, it's not like I was just like, I don't want a boyfriend, no point here type thing. I keep playing with my fingers because I'm like nervous talking about this here. Yeah, things ended really well there. Definitely no hard feelings and stuff. I hate it whenever people do question and answers and don't talk about boys. The only thing that I want to hear, like, it's the only thing that I really sort of care about is like their relationship status, but my relationship status is very much single. On that note, I got, do you miss your ex-boyfriend? So me and my ex-boyfriend, if you're new to my channel, broke up. I think it's actually just over a year now. Do I miss him? Like, I obviously don't want to be brutal, because if you say no it sounds a bit savage, but like I just don't, because I know in my head breaking up was 100%, it was definitely the right decision to make. But like I don't mean that in like a savage way. Like if I, like he'll know what I mean. Like he wouldn't be offended if I say that. They're like, obviously there is like, sometimes there is like wee things that I miss and stuff. And it's not like I never see my ex-boyfriend. Like we do work together. Like I haven't really seen much of him recently. Like we don't really work the same shifts. But whenever I see him in work, we will talk to each other and it's like really civil. But yeah, we both know that breakup was definitely needed. Like neither of us were happy for like the last few months and stuff. And it's funny because like literally no one could tell. Me and him breaking up was like such a shock to everyone. Like my family, most of my friends, like no one saw it coming. But I suppose that just goes to show like you don't really know what's going on behind closed doors. Oh my god, I will say though, like the worst thing about breakups is losing their family. Like you literally become so close to these people. They're like a second family. And then you just have to be like, okay, bye, I'm never gonna get to see you again. Every time I see my ex-boyfriend and work and stuff and we talk, I'll always be like, oh, what's the crack with your mummy and your daddy, you know? I think that is literally one of the hardest parts of a breakup, whenever like you fit so well into a family and then you just have to leave. That is another reason I just don't want another boyfriend. Do you have any problems with the implant? It's funny because people in England call it the implant and we call it the bar. Oh, mine's in this arm actually. I actually have no problems with my bar. This is my second one now. I remember whenever I was on the pill first, it sort of gave me migraines and stuff, so I came off and went on the bar. And I don't have any problems with it. I mean, I don't think it's ever caused my body to change. I suppose I wouldn't know because I've been on the hormone for so long. Like I would love to come off my bar and just be on nothing, just have no hormones in my body. Like, but I'm just like, what's the point of coming off it whenever I've been on it for so long and I don't think I get really bad side effects? So if I was to go off like contraception and then go back on in like a year, it could just completely like fuck up my head and stuff. And like contraception's just all about finding out what agrees with you. It is just so hard because I think you are told at a young age just to like go on the pill and you're not told about any like side effects or anything. And yeah, like your body changing from like contraception is annoying, but it's even more annoying whenever it's like affecting your head and your moods and stuff. So do you struggle with body confidence issues? It definitely wouldn't be a question and answer if I didn't talk about my absolutely fucked up mentality of my body image. Yes, of course I do. Who doesn't? I recently went through a phase, well actually no, a few months ago I went through a phase where I was like, my boobs are so small, I want to have bigger boobs and stuff. And then recently I was just like, Katie, no you don't, because whenever I was in school I used to have big boobs. Obviously yes, big boobs look amazing, like I'm not hating on them or anything, but I was just like, I don't want them on me. Like I was like, I actually like, I love the size of my boobs. And see, once I sort of like accepted that there, I cannot explain how much better I felt. Obviously big boobs would look amazing as well, let's be real, they always do. I don't think as well I would like sit big boobs. Yeah, I just was like, you don't actually want big boobs, this is your mind playing tricks on you. I think obviously everyone struggles with body confidence. I've got a few questions on like boys, like not me, just like dealing with boys and dealing with fuck boys and all that there, and I think I'm gonna film another girl talk video with my friend. I don't want this video to be really long and I feel like I could just do all that there in a separate video, but I am gonna finish this video here. I had so much fun filming this video. I always have so much fun oversharing, like I need to get a life. Yes, thank you all for watching this video and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.